And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. So I've got an overwhelming number of people who were just intrigued by all these videos that I am producing about AI technologies, different resources, and a lot of them are going, "This is all great and dandy, but how do you get a job?" That's a good idea. So I've talked to some really cool recruiters and some really cool businesses that are wondering, how we've got a lot of great people. They seem to know their stuff, but technically they're not quite sure what they need to say on an interview question. So right now I've got 20 questions and answers that I felt like that were the top priorities of today's topic, and you know, and you could always ask ChatGPT and other AI elements, what other questions would you ask to make sure that you're minded right? So throughout these next couple series, I would be asking questions on, you know, the top 20 AI interviewing questions and answers. Then I'll start getting very specific on MLs and natural language processes. So this will give you a chance and a leg up to landing that dream job that you have in AI. So let's get started. So I want to say good evening to everyone here and welcome to tonight's special. I'm James Henderson, your host, and tonight we're going to be tackling one of the most critical aspects of the rapidly growing field of artificial intelligence, ethics. As AI continues to evolve, it becomes increasingly integrated into our everyday lives, from the way we integrate with technology to how business operate. But with this advancement comes responsibility to ensure that AI systems are developed and used ethically. This happens where the AI Coalition Network comes into play. Where we want to jump in the meaningful conversation, because a lot of people just want to get this developed and out the door without fully testing the aftermath of it all. It's like cigarettes. Cigarettes were very profitable, many years ago. But now we happen to know that cigarettes happen to be a leading cause of cancer. So, with that being said, while you're trying to, well, in the AI world business, as you're building these awesome ideas, let's also take a look at the ethics side of things. And if you're considering in a career in AI or looking into hiring AI talent, understanding these ethical implementations is more important than ever. Because think about it. These guys will be your developers on building your platform or your AI project. So you also want to know that they know their stuff, but also they're ethical in their principles and the aftermath of your project, because eventually it's the company's dollar that's on the line, whether or not they get sued off the face of existence or they're the next hottest ticket item that's going to be around for a very long time. And that's what we're hoping for with some of these new models that are coming out. In fact, I'm very excited about some other projects, but I've been told not to say anything until the time comes. So with that being said, I'd like to stay around as the AI Coalition founder, and let's move on to some of the topics at hand. So as AI becomes more prevalent and more pervasive, the demand for skilled developers and professions in this field is skyrocketing. Whether you're preparing for an AI job interview or looking to hire the best talent, one thing is clear. Knowledge of AI ethics is just as important as the techniques for their expertise. That's why tonight we're going to explore not only the need for ethical AI, but also the top 20 AI interview questions and answers that can help you navigate this complex landscape. So let's explain, and let's start with the foundation. Why AI systems need to be ethical. The power of AI lies in its ability to analyze vast amounts of data and to make decisions that can, impact lives. But if these systems aren't designed with fairness, transparency, and accountability, they can perpetuate bias, invade privacy, and even cause harm. It's crucial that the AI professionals not only are technically proficient, but also carry a deeply committed to ethical principles. Now let's go ahead and dive into the top 20 AI interview questions that I've been able to pull out HR and companies' heads. And of course, to mind you, that every candidate and interview should be familiar with. So here's question number one. But first, a word from our sponsor, caffeine. Caffeine's your best friend if you're in IT. So what is AI? And how does it differ from machine learning and deep learning? What's the difference? I'll give you a moment to think about that one. AI is a broad field of computer science focused on creating systems capable of performing tasks that would typically require human intelligence. Machine learning is a subset of AI that involves training algorithms on data to make predictions or decisions without being, explicitly programmed for the task. Deep learning is a further subset of ML that uses the neural networks with many layers to analyze complex data patterns. Question number 2. Can you explain the concept of bias in AI? Why, yes. Yes, I can. But for the guys who are just getting started into the field, let's see if y'all can grasp this. Bias in AI occurs when the data used to train models reflect existing prejudges or stereotypes, leading to unfair disciplinary outcomes. It's critical to identify and mitigate biases in AI systems to ensure they are fair and equitable for all users. All right. So now let's move to question number 3. How do you ensure that an AI system is transparent? It's something about the AI Coalition's been talking about for months now. The transparency in AI means that the decision-making process of AI systems are understandable and accessible to users. All right? This can be achieved through explainable AI, or XAI, which is involved design models that provide clear and interpretable outputs, making it easier for users to trust and understand AI decisions. So in other words, I'll give you the far-fetched negative point of view to compare with the viewpoint that's easy to understand. I've got a crypto coin. It's going to make you a lot of money. It goes out there, it scours the dark web, find out who's talking about what, and in return, through the purchases of body parts, we're going to make billions. Little far-fetched, isn't it? To compare to, I'm having a good day. The blue skies are outside, and in return, I saw a canary on my windowsill singing. So, in return, I'm having a very good day. One thing you can fully grasp. Blue skies, canaries, having a good day, all relates to good things. On the other thing, you got a bunch of negative stuff, not quite sure how they correlate to each other, but big money's involved. Come on, folks. That's the difference in the whole transparency in AI. So, question number 4. What are ethical considerations in AI data collections? Ethical data collection involves ensuring that the data is gathered with informed consent. It is autonomized to protect privacy and is representative of the population to avoid biases. It's important to respect individual rights and follow regulations like the GDPR when collecting data for AI systems. So the government regulations through the lawsuits saying that some websites did not want to be, trained on some of these large language models. However, though, they still do it anyways. I don't know what the legal battle is going to turn out, because on one hand, it is something for everyone to read. On the other hand, well, who knows? So let's move on to the next following questions that can help you. And I won't try to interrupt, but it's going to be up to you to explain it in your way that makes it most sense to you, and very easy for the recruiter who probably doesn't know much about AI, but is just trying to get the keywords on knowing that you know. And on the other hand, you could be talking to another AI developer like myself, and I might be asking you these, so I'll try to dig deeper into what you know. So at least you'll be able to get the gist of what people are wanting from you and move on. So let's go with the next 5 to 20 questions. All right. What's the difference between supervised and unsupervised learning? Answer: supervised learning is used labeled data to train models, while unsupervised learning finds patterns in the unlabeled data. All right. How do you approach the challenge of data quality in AI projects? Next question, right? Ensuring that the data quality involves cleaning and pre-processed data, handling missing values, and validating data sources. All right? Next question. What is the reinforcement of learning, and how is it applied in the real-world scenarios? Answer: reinforced learning is a type of machine learning where agents learn to receive awards or are penalties for actions, commonly used in robotic and gaming. All right, for all your gamers in there, these next couple questions are going to be very simple for you. Question number 8. Can you discuss the concepts of overfitting and how to prevent it? For all you guys who are trying to find the next big NASDAQ stock, this should be interesting. Overfitting occurs when a model performs well on training data but poorly on new data. It can prevent using techniques like cross-validations and regulations on pruning. That's the reason my backtest data is doing so well, and when I try to run in the real world, it sucks. All right. So what is the role of an ethics in AI development? Ethics in AI involves ensuring fairness and transparency, privacy, and accountability in AI systems to prevent harm and build trust. This is easy to say as a company who is looking for the right person, but it's hard to find out because the unethical person has already built the code inside your system after the fact that you finally get to know about it. So How do you handle missing data in datasets? Next question. Missing data can be handled by imputations, removing rows with missing values, and using algorithms that support missing data. So instead of getting that null error as a programmer, you might want to change it to 0. If you're not a programmer and you don't understand that, look it up. There's some great information on that. Null is a lot different than 0. Next question. What are the challenges of scaling AI models? Scaling AI models involve challenges like managing large data sets, optimizing computational resources, and maintaining the model accuracy. All right. How do you ensure the security of an AI system? Security can ensure through robust encryptions, secure data storage, and the regulation audits to protect against attacks and data breaches. Can you explain the concept of ethical AI? Why, yes. Yes, I can. Ethical AI involves developing systems that are fair, transparent, accountable, and respect privacy, ensuring they benefit society. All right? What is the confusion matrix, and how is it used in evolving models? The confusion matrix is a tool used to evaluate the performance of a classification model, showing true positive, false positives, true negatives, and false negatives. How do you manage the trade-off between accuracy and interpretation ability in the AI models? That's the next question. This one threw me off, but it was easy for some people. The answer: managing this trade-off involves selecting models that balance performance with the need for transparency, often using simpler models when interpretability is a key. So what does that mean? Well, I've always started off with a simpler model before attacking on to a more complex model to see if I can get the same readout or if I can even get an answer. So how do you manage the trade-off between accuracy and interpretability in AI models? Well, managing this trade-off involves selecting models that balance performance with the need for transparency, often using simpler models when interpretability is a key. I say that again because it is something that will be thrown at you, even though in reality you'll probably never use it. But it happens to be a key subject just for simplicity's sake. So what is the significance or regulatorization in a machine learning? Regulations adds a penalty for large coefficients in a model to prevent overfitting and improve generalization. How can AI be used to improve customer service? Next question. AI can enhance customer service by automating responses, personalizing interactions, and providing 24/7 support through chatbots. What are the risks associated with AI, and how do you mitigate them? Next question. The answer: risk includes bias, privacy breaches, and loss of jobs. Mitigation involves ethical design, regulation compliance, and retaining workers. And I'll circle back on that one to get more involved with that. So what is the natural language process and how is it applied? The NLP is a field of AI focused on enabling machines to understand and process human language, used in applications like chatbots, translations, and sentiment and analysis. And of course, the last question that'll probably be brought to your attention is what is transfer learning and why is it important? Transfer learning involves using a pre-trained model on a new risk, saving time and resources, improve modeling performance. In fact, where can you find a large set of them? Well, if hungry cat is your, or happy cat is your answer, well, you just might be right. But they're not the only game in town. Yeah, Hugging Face. There we go. HuggingFace.co. Well, anyways. So whether you're on the hiring side or preparing for the next big interview, understanding these key AI concepts and their ethical implementations is crucial. As AI continues to shape the future, it's essential that we approach it with a commitment to fairness, transparency, and responsibility. By asking the right questions and provide thoughtful answers, we can ensure that the AI questions we build and use are ethical and beneficial to all. So let me go back to the risk associated with AI and how do you mitigate them. Let's put it on one hand, you build a great monitor, you have a great product, but you don't put the boundaries on, and the result is you can get sued off the face of the earth. If you're a business, so that means everyone that's on your team that you grow and love has now just been fired. On the other hand, if it's here to help build an aspect of helping other people out, the growth is small, little by little. However, though, you might actually see a world change from something what you've done, and you've been able to keep your job because the company will continue to grow and need support with the model that you helped build. So that's a big two concerns. Well, anyways, that's our report for tonight, folks. I want to thank you for joining us as we explore the intersections of AI ethics and the top interview questions shaping the future of this field. I'm James Henderson, reminding you that as we advance in technology, our commitment to ethical practices must be stronger than ever. So until next time, good night and stay informed.